How can you truly align your energy with your desires in a conscious and lasting way? There's a profound secret embedded in the very structure of reality, something so perplexing that even Einstein referred to it as spooky action at a distance. Imagine this. A particle can instantly influence another, regardless of how far apart they are across miles, light years, or even entire galaxies. But here's where things get even more fascinating. What if your thoughts function in a similar way? What if the patterns running deep within your subconscious aren't just shaping your current life, but actually linking you to a future reality you haven't even encountered yet? This isn't fantasy or sci-fi. This is quantum entanglement. And in this exploration, we're diving into the fascinating connection between quantum physics and the subconscious mind, along with a simple technique that could transform how you perceive your life and what's possible. For generations, we've been taught that the physical world and our mind are completely separate, that your thoughts remain locked inside your brain, unable to influence the external world. But quantum physics turned that belief upside down. Scientists discovered that the very core of existence doesn't operate the way we assumed. Particles, the fundamental units of matter, don't just stay in one fixed spot. They fluctuate in and out of existence. They shift the moment they are observed. And perhaps most intriguingly, they can become entangled. And this is where things take a dramatic turn. Because if two particles can remain connected beyond the constraints of space and time, then why not larger systems? Why not consciousness itself? What if your subconscious mind is already entangled with your future reality? What if the life you envision isn't just a goal, but something you are already connected to at a quantum level? This may sound like science fiction, but we're about to break it all down step by step, so you can truly understand how powerful this idea is. To do that, we need to take a closer look at what quantum entanglement really is. Quantum entanglement is considered one of the most astonishing findings in modern physics. At its core, it means that when two particles become entangled, they no longer behave as individual entities. Instead, they act as a unified system, even when separated by vast distances. Change one and the other reacts instantly, even faster than the speed of light. It sounds impossible, and even Einstein found it disturbing. But scientific experiments conducted by researchers like Alan Aspect and John Clauser have repeatedly confirmed its existence. These particles remain intimately connected, reacting to each other in real time across unimaginable space. And here's where it becomes personally relevant. If the universe is fundamentally composed of energy, and if entanglement is a core principle of nature, then why would your thoughts and emotions be exempt? What if your subconscious mind is already entangled with the reality you dream of? What if the energy you're transmitting, your beliefs, your emotional states, your deepest intentions, isn't just shaping your experience, but is already bonded to a version of you that's living that dream? This is where we move beyond the realm of physics and into something even more profound: the power of your mind to interact with this phenomenon and reshape your path in life. And in the next part, you'll discover exactly how to do it. Right now, whether you're aware of it or not, your subconscious is continuously emitting signals into the quantum field. Every single thought you think, every belief you hold, and every emotion you feel generates real, tangible energy. And this isn't just metaphor. This energy has actual, measurable effects. Research in both neuroscience and quantum mechanics has confirmed that merely observing something can alter it at the smallest possible scale. But what if this principle doesn't just apply to particles? What if your mind itself is constantly shaping the very reality you perceive simply through attention and emotional resonance? Here's the twist. Most of this isn't happening consciously. You don't actively choose what you believe about love, wealth, health, or success. Your subconscious is making those choices for you. And this is exactly where quantum entanglement becomes deeply personal. If your subconscious mind is already linked to a future version of yourself, the real question is, which version are you connected to right now? Are you energetically aligned with a life of success, well-being, and abundance? Or are you unknowingly bound to a timeline filled with scarcity, resistance, and struggle? The answer lies in the programming of your subconscious. And if you want to alter your reality, the first step is to shift the energy you're emitting. Let's break this down. Your subconscious operates like a finely tuned antenna. It's always sending out and picking up frequencies. Scientists have shown that your brain produces electromagnetic waves that go beyond your physical form. These signals fluctuate depending on your beliefs, feelings, and thoughts. Now here's where it gets really fascinating. Physicist Dr. John Heelan has explored how human consciousness impacts quantum fields. His findings suggest that awareness itself is not confined. It is a field that stretches outward and engages with the universe. In other words, your subconscious isn't just sitting quietly in your head. It's interacting with something much more vast, and just like entangled particles can communicate across enormous distances, your mind can link with possibilities long before they unfold. To put it simply, if your subconscious is aligned with fear or scarcity, you're energetically connected to a future full of lack. If it's programmed for prosperity and abundance, you're connected to opportunities and progress. If it's wired with insecurity, you'll magnetize obstacles. But if it's grounded in self-trust and confidence, breakthroughs become inevitable. The real issue, most people never update these subconscious settings. Every morning they wake up and reinforce the exact same emotions, ideas, and patterns, unknowingly recreating the same life over and over. But here's the exciting part: you can change this. You can rewire your subconscious and realign the quantum connections that shape your future. And that's exactly what I'm going to guide you through next. To truly understand how deeply our consciousness is woven into the fabric of reality, we need to explore one of the most legendary experiments in quantum science, the double-slit experiment. In this test, scientists fired minuscule particles like electrons at a wall with two narrow slits. According to basic logic, the particles should go through either one slit or the other. Right. Surprisingly, that's not what happened. Instead of behaving like solid matter, the particles acted like waves passing through both slits simultaneously. They didn't stay confined to one path, they appeared to exist in multiple places at once. But here's where it gets even more astonishing. The very moment someone observed the experiment, actually measured the particles, the wave behavior vanished. The particles instantly snapped into a defined position, going through just one slit. Observation alone changed the outcome. Now, reflect on what that means for your own mind. If simply watching a particle can collapse its potential into a fixed state, what happens when you focus your thoughts and feelings on a particular future? Your subconscious is always active, constantly, watching, projecting, and crystallizing possibilities into your lived experience. If you're not intentional about where your attention goes, you're essentially letting your subconscious choose your future on autopilot. But you have a choice right now. You can either continue cycling through the same subconscious programming, Or you can begin deliberately aligning with a different future, one you actually want. Step 1 is simple. You must retrain your subconscious focus. Try this practical method tonight, the quantum focus technique. Before bed, close your eyes and breathe deeply 3 times. Then visualize the future you desire not as a fantasy, but as though it's already part of your personal story. Feel the sounds immerse in the atmosphere, embrace the emotions. Let it feel natural, as if you're remembering, not imagining. As you drift towards sleep, mentally repeat this phrase, "I'm entangled with my highest reality. I align with it now." By doing this, you're influencing your reality the same way an observer shifts particle behavior in the double-slit experiment, collapsing the version of reality you want into form. And when you practice this consistently, the quantum field begins to respond. You'll start to see synchronicities. New doors will open. Your understanding of reality will begin to transform. Why? Because you've stopped being tied to the past and started bonding with your future. Most people believe reality is fixed. That change is slow. That transformation takes time. But as you've now seen, the quantum realm doesn't follow those rules. The deeper truth is this: reality is fluid, constantly shifting. Right now, countless versions of your future are coexisting. In one, you're stuck in repetition. In another, you've already brought your dreams to life. And in a third, you've evolved into your most authentic self. So the real question is, which future are you resonating with? Because whether you're aware of it or not, your subconscious is already in the process of selecting one. But what if you could interrupt that unconscious selection? What if you could intentionally direct the quantum leap you're ready for and accelerate it? That's exactly what we're about to dive into. If you want to accelerate manifestation, experience radical shifts, and transition into a new version of your life with ease, there's one fundamental truth you need to grasp. Your reality doesn't transform through more effort. It transforms through a shift in frequency. By now, you understand that quantum entanglement reveals how objects can be interconnected beyond the limits of time and space. You also know that your subconscious mind is already linked to a future self, a version of you that already exists. But here's the catch. Most people remain stuck because they believe transformation must be slow, linear, and hard-earned. But the quantum field doesn't operate that way. Just like an electron can occupy multiple states simultaneously, you too can transition into a new state of being instantly. The only thing holding you back is the vibrational frequency you're currently operating from. Dr. Joe Dispenza's work on brain plasticity and quantum energy confirms this. Your emotions, beliefs, and subconscious programming shape the version of reality you experience. This explains why some people stay stuck for years, while others seem to create miraculous breakthroughs in a short time. It's not about luck. It's about learning how to realign your frequency quickly and deliberately. And now you're going to learn exactly how to do that. There's a reason change doesn't last for most people. They attempt to modify their actions without ever addressing the root identity behind them. But here's the truth: you don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. If at your core, you still identify as someone who struggles, and if your subconscious remains entangled with patterns of fear or limitation, no amount of effort will create lasting change. The solution isn't chasing transformation, it's embodying it. And this is where the quantum shift method comes into play. Use these steps daily, and you'll be shocked at how quickly your external reality begins to shift. Step 1. Dismantle the old version of you. Most people are unconsciously anchored to their past. recycling old thoughts, behaviors, and self-images that trap them in the same loops. Here's the secret to move forward. You must consciously detach from the version of yourself that keeps you stuck. How to do it? Set aside 10 minutes each day for stillness. Close your eyes and visualize your current identity dissolving. See every belief you've carried, every story about who you are melting away into light or energy. Why? Because when you stop feeding your old identity, you open space for your future self to emerge. Step 2. Align with the desired frequency. Once you've cleared the space, it's time to synchronize with the reality you want. Remember, your ideal life already exists in the quantum field. You just need to connect with it. How to do it? Close your eyes again and imagine the version of yourself who has already manifested your goals. Don't just picture it, feel it. What does it feel like to live in that reality? What emotions are present? What energy are you radiating? The key is to feel those emotions now, not someday. Because when you embody the energy of your future in this moment, you bend time. You stop waiting and start vibrating at the frequency of your next level self. And that's the exact moment when quantum shifts take place. Step 3. Take aligned action without pushing. Once you've recalibrated your internal state, there's no longer a need to chase or force outcomes. The right people, ideas, and circumstances will begin flowing naturally into your life. Your role is simple. Follow the energetic pull. How to do it? Ask yourself each day, what choices would the future version of me make? Then act from that perspective, as if you're already living that life. The more your behavior mirrors your desired frequency, the quicker your reality transforms to match it. This is the key to manifesting without struggle. Still feeling doubtful? Let's look at real-world examples of individuals who've used this exact principle to spark rapid transformation. Jim Carrey once wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered and carried it in his wallet, fully believing in its reality. Years later, he received that exact amount for a major film role. Oprah Winfrey has often shared that she embodied the energy of success internally long before the world recognized her externally. She didn't wait for proof. She became it. People who recover from so-called incurable conditions. Scientific literature is filled with reports of spontaneous healing, often triggered by intense emotional or mental shifts. Their physical bodies responded to the frequency of inner transformation. What unites them all? They aligned their internal energy before their external world reflected it. And you can do the same. You now understand something most people never realize. You are never truly stuck. Reality isn't set in stone. At this very moment, you are already connected to a future version of yourself, and at any moment you can change that connection. It starts with one decision. The decision to stop replaying outdated beliefs. The decision to rewire your subconscious toward your highest potential. The decision to step into a new version of reality beginning now. If that resonates with you, take a moment to affirm it. I choose my highest reality. Because the instant you say it with intention, the quantum field begins to shift. The transformation has already started. But here's something most people overlook. Your conscious mind is only the surface layer. Beneath it lies something exponentially more powerful, your subconscious. According to psychologists and neuroscientists, over 95% of your thoughts, actions, feelings, and decisions originate from subconscious patterns. It's the storehouse of your core beliefs, your fears, your memories, and it operates beneath your awareness. Here's the powerful insight. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. That's why your dreams feel vivid. That's why visualization techniques can improve athletic performance, accelerate physical healing, and even restructure neural pathways in meditation studies. But what if your subconscious is doing something even deeper? What if, just like quantum particles, it is already entangled with the future you're heading toward, drawing you closer to the outcomes you believe in, hope for, or even fear most? This isn't just a theory. Emerging research in quantum cognition suggests that the way we focus on, observe, and emotionally expect the world to behave can actually influence our experiences in ways that mirror the mechanics of the quantum universe. And this leads us to a powerful question, one that could completely change the way you understand manifestation. What if the real key to attracting the life you desire is aligning your subconscious with it? So what does all of this truly mean? It means you're far more than just a passive observer of life. For generations, we've been led to believe that life simply happens to us, that we're disconnected from our environment at the mercy of random events. But quantum science has dismantled that belief. Your mind is not just a witness to reality. It's a participant actively shaping and influencing what unfolds. In this very moment, your thoughts, feelings, and subconscious programming are already entangled with infinite outcomes, most of which you may not yet be consciously aware of. The question is, which version of reality are you tuned into? Because whether you know it or not, you're already connected to a future, one of growth or limitation, prosperity or scarcity, expansion or stagnation. And the most important part, you get to decide. We've already seen how quantum entanglement doesn't just happen on a subatomic scale. It's playing out in your life right now. Your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are actively drawing you toward a specific version of your future. Now the choice is yours. You can allow your subconscious to continue operating on autopilot, replaying the same limitations and challenges. Or you can consciously choose to align with a future that actually reflects your highest potential. If you're ready to stop simply studying manifestation and start embodying it, there's a tool designed to help you do exactly that. It's called the Quantum Attraction Code, a method created to gently and naturally shift your subconscious into alignment with the life you desire. Here's how it works. No forcing affirmations. No endless hours of meditation. No pressure to believe something that doesn't feel real. All you do is listen. These carefully engineered audio frequencies are backed by science and designed to reprogram limiting beliefs, realign your subconscious patterns, match your energetic frequency with the version of reality you're aiming to manifest. The best part: it all happens effortlessly. Your subconscious mind takes over and begins to recalibrate beneath the surface while you go about your day. So if you've ever sensed an invisible block holding you back from the success, love, or abundance you crave, this may be the exact piece you've been missing.